against the National...
The punter, Jack Fox, has us ready to go, and we are underway here at Ford Field. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Under center, it'll be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
He'll get that to Charbonnet. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the right side and intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game?
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The numbers for Gibbs from last week: 14 carries, 125 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there the last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now it's Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
In motion goes the tight end. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Lions defense. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Here's 3rd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll get this up near midfield but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2nd and 5. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. It's Darnold. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now Darnold. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
16 more on that one and another 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. Complete to right. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up second down. The Lions at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. From the 21, here's second down at 7. They'll set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets them up first and goal. They'll look to throw here. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Darnold now to throw. Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. In motion, the tight end. Darnold. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw is Darnold. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are back within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Running right, here's Walker. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. Yeah, boy, here's a sight you don't want to see. Ken Walker injured on that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 29 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith-Njigba touchdown catch. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Detroit getting set to go now. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's across midfield. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to move back in front. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Faking the give, Darnold. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Again, it's Charbonnet. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively. 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he's got some space here. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 50 yards. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's Darnold. And that one too wide and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. He's got right on the short throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and the lead will hold at 10.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That one behind his receiver and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And able to get this out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left them no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
We'll get that to Charbonnet. And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Now here's Bubba Dixon as he's on the punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. A give right side for Gibbs. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Now with 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. 25 yards for the touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. He finds his man, complete. It's Martinez. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Play action, it's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back to throw now on 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation.
Back now at Ford Field. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now it's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Darnold. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again is Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Myers' kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 2nd and 7. Darnold down to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 30.
And off down to Gibbs. And he's got it down to the 28. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
John Reed on the tackle. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
On play action, they'll throw. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So the penalty there winds up on the offense, so obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. Here's Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by DJ Reed. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
On to Gibbs. Here's Gibbs. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
He was taken down by Boye Mafe. A 3-yard
They'll drop to throw. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Here's Gibbs. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On third down, here's Gibbs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
A 4-yard loss. It's fourth down.
Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. He's got room past the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And a throw there going to be incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Charbonnet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Darnold. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now in this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Lions, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the